Good evening, YouTube. I said I was going to do a couple of little old videos on some of the equipment I got. This is a 59 Farmall 140 that I bought a few years back. I probably had this thing close to 10 years now. I bought it from a fella and it was just about ready for the scrapyard. It didn't run. Sheet metal was beat all to pieces. The hood is still not the best. I've done a little work on the grill. Had to straighten the seat frame, and surprisingly the seat cushions were actually on it. That was the best thing on the tractor. It runs good. Now, I had to put a clutch in it. I still need to do a little work to it, but it's basically pretty much just like it's been all its life, other than the paint on the grill. So somebody cut the brush guard, a hole in that brush guard. That was actually on a 100 Farmall that I had, and it looked better on this tractor with the straight front end on it. So when somebody cut it for a hand crank, and I said I was going to cut that bar out and make it's just a piece of channel line. It's just going to put a new piece of channel line in it, and I hadn't got that far yet. But it didn't have a stitch of lights on it. It was missing the Farmall decal and the 140 decal, or emblem, on these tractors. I put the lights on it, rewired it, rebuilt the carburetor. Matter of fact, I don't even think it had a carburetor. No, it didn't have a breather. Like I said, it was a basket case. It didn't have a 1 point on it. I put the 1 point on it. I pieced it together and put a 1 point on it. And before this, my cultivating tractor was a 45A, and I'll do a video on it. I've had that tractor, that A, for close to 16 years. So, and it's got all manual lifts on it, and I got a few interesting implements to go with it. But I've got just about everything I need for this tractor. I got a full set of front and rear cultivators. Like I said, a fast hitch. I got a side dresser. And like I said, just about everything. I got a slew of 1 point implements, and I'll do a video on those. I'm just out here in the garden, knocking down some rows. There was some corn planted here, and I plowed it up, and that corn in the background is some Hastings that I had. I had a handful of seeds left, and there's no corn planted with probably 4 miles of here, so I just planted this little bit of Hastings, and it didn't do the best as I wanted to, but save it for a little bit of seed. But this harrow on the back, it's a bog harrow. It's actually a Cub L38 disc harrow, and I've got 2 of them, and it's all original. I bought it right down the road from here, and it's still got the IH disc on it. It's got smooth disc. And I've got another one that I bought. It's the same exact disc, it's just got cutting blades on it. And I think it's got IH blades on it too. But that's the original blades on that disc. So, and you see, it's just, it cuts good. It does good in the garden with these old smooth blades. It just pulls everything, just levels it out a little bit better. But this tractor, like I said, it's a 59. I need to pull the back rims down and clean them and paint them. And I hate to put new tires on it because the tires are just a little weather check, but they're mismatched. But I got another set. I'm gonna put a new set of tires on it. Probably go ahead and put a set of frontal tires on it. But I had plans to strip it down and restore it when I done the clutch, and then I got to thinking. I said, it's in its working clothes. It's made it this far all its life, and like I said, I put a new battery box lid on it. I put a couple new things on it. I bought a used breather and put it on there. And like I said, headlights, I redone all the headlights. But I'm probably going, like I said, to pull those tires off the back and put a new set of tires on it. I did pull the grill off and straighten the grill. The bottom of the grill was beat up pretty bad. Oh, excuse me there. And I straightened it out pretty good. So, but it runs good, it runs smooth. I had some trouble with the hydraulics on it a couple months ago, right when I started planting corn. The touch control box, it was just whining and it would blow. It would blow the seal on the hydraulic pump to the engine and blow all my hydraulic fluid, or it was 30 weight engine oil in there now. It would blow it all into the engine oil. I'd have to change the oil. And I rebuilt the box. And when I rebuilt it, I put it all back together. It run for a little bit and it blew the seal again. So I don't know. I found some extra parts in that box when I took it apart, and it looked like it was wore pretty good. So I actually found another one off of I think it come off of a 61, I think, 140. So that hydraulic box is not original. It's the only thing that didn't come with the tractor other than the alternator. It's been converted to 12 volts. Like I said, it's just a good old tractor. Last year I planted about 4 acres of corn with it last year, and peas. I worked this garden with it along with that and it worked good. I hadn't had, like I said, until that hydraulic box, I hadn't had any trouble out of it. I wasn't planning on a 59 140 when we bought this. I wanted a 140 because my daddy grew up down the low country of South Carolina on a tobacco farm down in Horry County. And he used to tell me all these stories about when he was a kid, growing up on a tobacco farm. Everybody had 140s, and that's all he ever drove. That's what he grew up on, cut his teeth on. And I grew up in the middle part of the state, in the Midlands, and we done a bunch of hay and planted cotton, and I never touched a red tractor until I was grown. So I will take that back. We did have a 340 Farmall old tricycle tractor that we tedded hay with. We run it one summer, and the fella wanted it, and we sold it to him. But we always had blue tractors, Fords, and we had 140 430 John Deere. And then later in life, we switched over to everything John Deere. The fella that I was working with and helped Farmall, he had was John Deere. We still had a Ford 3000, and everything else was John Deere. So and whenever we started collecting tractors, I bought that Farmall A, and it's been red ever since, other than that New Holland, that TC40 I got. So, and but yeah, and one thing I guess it's not real special about this tractor, but I got a great aunt and uncle that still live down in Mullins, and he's got a 59 140 that's been on his farm since 1959. He said a fella that was farming his farm bought that tractor new, and it came there, and he farmed their farm with it, and he ended up buying it whenever he took over and started farming, and he still got that tractor. So I look at this old tractor and I kind of think of them. So matter of fact, they're 97 years old this year. So, and him and her both still living. But like I said, it needs a little bit of work. It's not perfect by no means, but it holds good oil pressure. It runs good. I've probably had my hands on just about every nut and bolt on this thing at some point in time. Rebuilt governors, head gasket twice. And I think the head gasket had a lot to do with the hydraulic box. I've rebuilt that. I rebuilt that thing, and it just turned into a nightmare. But like I said, all of the lights work on it. It's got bright and dim. Well, them on. That's the dim on those. And then actually the bright still works on them too. And it's actually, the backlight is actually wired up correct with the red road light. So it's red, and you got a separate switch or a separate notch on the switch for your work lights or for your field lights. So you flip it, and it keeps your bright field lights, and it turns the work light on the back. So everything, like I said, I got just about everything on it working. So we'll crank it up and let it run. It's not really a cold start, but turn the key on and make sure it's out of gear, and fires right up and runs. So, like I said, it's a 59 140. Cut and dry. Plain Jane old truck. So, but yeah, this is just one of, I think I figured it up the other day, we got 18 of them. So, a couple of them are parts tractors, but all of them run other than the two parts tractors. So yeah, I just want to make this little video. I said I would, and I'll try to get the one on the 1-point implements up. I got a long weekend coming, so I'm gonna try to do one on those implements in a day or two. And then, like I said, I've got 2 130s and 2 100s. And I'll try to do a video on those. And then I got some letter series tractors. And I got a 41M with a single front wheel on it. I'll try to get a video on it too. And I got a couple Super C's. So, like I said, we'll do some videos and get some of these tractor videos on, and hopefully y'all like them. And if you would, like and hit the subscribe button, and we'll bring you another one. And God bless, and thank you for watching.